This week, the Supreme Court is considering whether the Department of Justice can sue Texas over its strict abortion law. It bans abortions in the state after 6 weeks and makes no exceptions for victims of rape. And so far, people here are turning to Plan C, which are these pills that induce an abortion.
Texas has another new law banning those pills from being delivered through the mail. But as KXAN investigator Kelly Wiley explains, there may be no stopping it.
Thank you for joining with us here today.
On May 19th, 2021, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed Senate Bill 8 into law.
Our Creator endowed us with the right to life.
The passage of the state's most restrictive abortion bill sent shockwaves through the country, triggering protests, lawsuits from abortion clinics across the state, and a legal challenge from the Department of Justice. While clinics began to shutter, halting the majority of abortion procedures in Texas, pro-choice advocates began to promote an alternative.
Good news is Aid Access, which is an international organization who cannot be sued by anyone in Texas, is now offering to send folks in Texas abortion pills.
Abortion pills ordered online and sent through the mail, straight to the patient.
Is mail order abortion safe?
Yes, it is, as long as you're getting your medication from reliable sources.
The medication Mifeprex is approved by the FDA for patients up to 10 weeks pregnant. But in a warning, the FDA says not to buy it over the internet. While Texas law has for years made it illegal for physicians in the state to mail the medications to their patients or to use telehealth for abortion care, companies and nonprofits operating outside of Texas, and in some cases outside the U.S., have provided abortion medications to Texans.
The same pills that you would get in the clinic setting, but they are used and sourced by the person entirely outside of the formal healthcare setting. And that option is incredibly important because it is a safe and effective way of taking care of your need to end your pregnancy.
The websites selling abortion medication are not all the same. Sites like AbortionRx and BuyMTP Kits sell the pills much like an online store, while other sites like Aid Access are supported by doctors, requiring a medical screening before being approved for the pills. For states like Texas, Aid Access uses a model where its Europe-based founder, Dr. Rebecca Gompertz, writes a prescription, sends it to a mail-order pharmacy in India, which then ships the medication directly to patients. Since SB 8 passed, more Texans are turning to organizations like Aid Access. UT researchers got a good idea of just how many during the height of the pandemic. In March 2020, when the governor suspended elective surgeries, including abortion, for 4 weeks, UT researcher Abigail Aiken found requests from Texans seeking abortion pills from Aid Access nearly doubled.
We got a window on what we're dealing with now on a wider scale under Senate Bill 8.
But then on September 17th, a month after SB 8 took effect,
Mail-order abortion drugs are now prohibited in the state of Texas.
Governor Abbott signed another law restricting abortion access further, SB 4. This bill took aim at mail-order pharmacies sending abortion medications to Texans.
This regimen is potentially dangerous.
This bill is about safety of the mom.
And it was approved with specific precautions that are now in jeopardy.
So we want to make sure that you can't mail it out.
These serious risks can only be adequately assessed and treated by a licensed healthcare worker at an in-person visit.
Under the bill, people caught helping someone get abortion medication through the mail or online would face a state jail felony, carrying up to 2 years in jail. And physicians would not be allowed to give the medication to people more than 7 weeks pregnant, 3 weeks fewer than the FDA allows. Texas Senator Eddie Lucio, a pro-life Democrat, wrote the bill.
Women seeking an abortion get these drugs without the proper medical supervision. It's going to be detrimental to them as well.
In a 2017 study, Professor Aiken and the founder of Aid Access took a look at more than 1,000 women who used abortion medication from an online site. The study found nearly 95% of the participants reported successfully ending their pregnancy without surgical intervention. They also found reported rates of adverse events were low, and women were able to self-identify the symptoms of potentially serious complications. Are you concerned that as a result of SB4, this would push women to more dangerous alternatives?
Of course, I would hate for women to line up to go into Mexico or somewhere else to get an abortion, but it is a moral decision on their part, and it's one that I have no control over. It's between them and their God.
SB4 will become law in December, but Aid Access says because its providers are outside of Texas, they have no plan to stop providing abortion medicine to people in the state.
SB8 applies to people who are accessing abortions within Texas from a physician licensed in Texas. And so you can see the kind of workaround there that Dr. Gompertz isn't in the US, and so that's how Aid Access is going to be able to continue operating. Dr. Gompertz and our team see it as a human rights issue, it's essential health care, and so she's going to continue to provide that care to Texas patients even after SB4 is in place.
And we did ask Senator Lucio his response to Aid Access, saying they plan to continue prescribing these medications to Texans. He tells me he believes this law allows for them to extradite people here to face penalties under SB4. But attorneys that I've spoken with tell me that's really not likely. Back to you.
Kelly, thank you. The FDA reports from 2000 to 2018, more than 3.7 million women have used abortion medication. Of those, the FDA reports less than 1% have experienced any adverse reaction to the drug. The FDA reports 24 deaths of women associated with the drug since the product was approved in September of 2000. Now, we have more information on the safety of the abortion medication and how new abortion laws will impact its use under the Investigate section of KXAN.com. Subscribers to our Digging Deep Inside KXAN Investigates newsletter got notified about this story first this morning, so you can sign up for that at KXAN.com/newsletters.